What's up, buddy?
Sorry I'm late. I don't ever go get fast food. Apparently Hardee's takes a long time.
They have to scrape the meat off of Carl's Jr.'s back.
Yeah.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. Cybertron!
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast, your bi-weekly podcast delivering an episode-by-episode breakdown of the 1990s animated Beast Wars Transformers series. You may notice a different voice, because I'm your host, Ryan, here with...
Hey, I'm Caleb. Same voice.
That's right. Aaron, unfortunately, could not be with us for these next two episodes. He's having his kidneys rotated.
Yep. Time. It's that time of year.
Every 6,000 miles, whether they need it or not.
Yep.
I think he's just busy with work.
He is.
And butt stuff.
Yeah. That is his work.
Is that true? I'll never tell.
Nope.
So we do have a pinch hitter in today, and I won't belabor the point. You know him. You love him. All except that one guy. Alphamagnus, welcome back to the show.
Hey.
Greetings. What's up?
Yeah, according to my spreadsheet, it's been over a year since you were on the show as a guest host. Way
Really?
back on Dark Designs, episode
Holy
233.
Yeah. I gotta get in there every once in a while and remind everybody.
That's the one where
Honestly,
Rhinox turns
hate me.
into a Predacon.
Yeah.
Wow. It just doesn't feel like...
I was telling...
It's the one where they need to do. They've released 17 Rhinox toys, but 0 repaints of Dark Rhinox.
That is weird.
Yeah. It's like the easiest figure.
I was talking to Alphamagnus before you got here, and it will be, if we take our usual holiday break in a month, about 6 weeks or so, it will be done with Beast Wars in a year.
Cool. And then we got to figure out what to do after that.
Yeah, Alphamagnus suggested Beast Machines.
Yes. And I have multiple people saying that. They're saying it's awful.
Yeah.
But
I hate the designs.
we kind of... There's merit to things that we to being inspired by things we don't like.
Well, Alphamagnus, didn't you say that you would be on like every other episode?
Yeah, I love that. I love that series. It's yes, I get why people hate it, but I know things about that series that like the average consumer doesn't know, because I was so, by the time Beast Wars ended, I was so deep into it that I was just like waiting, and I was like, I had like previews of stuff, and then when it came out, like everything that I loved about that series was what everyone hated.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
It was just a complete polar opposite of what it, I mean. It's similar to the Bay movies, where like if you and I watch it, we're like, why is Optimus Prime murdering everybody? Where people who watch who like the Bay movies are like, yeah, well, how come G1 Optimus isn't murdering everyone? Yeah.
Well, I'm down for whatever at this point.
I feel, how many...
Well, it's a short series.
I was going to say, how many episodes is it?
It's like 20 something, I think. Maybe it's not long at all. It's 2 seasons, I think.
I have this guy.
For you listeners at home, it's a piece
Yeah,
it literally just a piece of plastic just fell apart
It's
on it.
old and bad, but yeah, it's
Well,
Night.
this
I don't
broke
even know
off.
what that is.
I think it's Nightwing or something like
Ryan
that.
held
Oh,
up the
yeah,
figure
Night
and the
Scream.
leg just fell
Night
off.
Scream.
Night Scream. Yeah, it's covered in dust because
Everything here is covered in dust.
I'll go over it next episode I'm in, but that figure is one of the reasons why I loved that. And I feel like people were back then, a lot of the creators of these things were just like lurking on message boards and like TFW 2005 and whatnot, and I was deep on that then.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
when I came up with this
I don't know what else we would do.
Yeah, I feel like I'm down to do it, and also if it's so short that like why not?
yeah, why
Just,
not?
just do it.
It'll take us a year.
And then what?
I'll put it this way. It's then what? Then you're doing the GoBots.
I know we keep getting
Go for go.
There's that
dope
piece
for
there.
go. Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna put this out there. GoBots is on Tubi now. It is highly watchable.
Really?
I will say it's probably more watchable than less than G.I. Joe's better episodes, but way better than most G1. It's actually sad because I never really watched GoBots back in the day. I would catch an episode here or there, and I had a few of the GoBots because they were just
they were there.
They were just I was watching it. And I'm like, hold on a second. The first like 4 episodes or whatever is the challenge of the GoBots.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a movie, and I'm like, okay, they'll lose this cohesion, later on, and they haven't thus far. I'm like 10 episodes in, so.
Interesting. I don't remember.
Pretty excited. Yeah.
I must have seen a couple episodes, and I had some GoBots because, like, I think you were just given them if you went to a garage sale.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They just appeared.
Yeah.
GoBots appeared because they weren't Transformers, and I feel like this is the Hydrox situation,
mm-hmm.
Where Hydrox came 1st,
mm-hmm.
but Oreo is the popular one.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It did. GoBots always felt to me skewed more toward a younger audience.
It wasn't though.
Okay.
It's like so in G1. I don't want to get too much of a tangent on the GoBot, but in G1 Transformers, it's like I'm a bad guy, I'm a good guy. We're
mm-hmm.
fighting. I don't
mm-hmm.
like you. I'm a bad guy, so I take over the world. Where like the whole slave thing comes in real quick in GoBots, and like. It is messed up, and all this like there's like Crasher is like sadistic, like it's like Beast Wars level like character building where they're just like crazy and not so tropey, I guess is the word. Like a lot of the characters are driven by specific things, not just like, oh well, I have to have a character that does this in the show. Yeah, there's a pretty decent build up too to like the whole like Starscreamy stuff, because like Starscream. Right off the bat is like, I want to be the leader. I want to be the leader. Well, this one's more like Psykill just ignores, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he ignores him and keeps on like taking all of his resources to the point where the dude's just like, all right, this is it. I'm done.
So Psykill is not
I'm not on your side anymore. I'm not a guardian, but I'm done.
So Psykill's not the leader of the bad guys?
He is the leader.
Oh. But
he like leaves to go chase after the good guys.
Uh-huh.
The Guardians, and then like proceeds to this guy calls in, he's like, hey Psykill, we've got a war going on our planet, like for the control. You left me in charge, so I'm gonna do some stuff. And then Psykill's like, send me our most powerful thing. He's like, hey, I need that guy. He just keeps taking all of his weapons and stuff, and then eventually like he just breaks and he's just like, I'm done. Well, I'm against you, sir.
Maybe if we want to completely lose all of our audience, we'll cover GoBots after Beast Machines.
That's why I said Doe for Go would be funny.
Okay, well,
someone wants
put it on the list, Caleb.
Ideas.
It doesn't have to be $75, but it could be something.
We could have it be Doe or Go, where you pay us not to do GoBots episodes.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
So should we talk about TFCON? We haven't talked. Caleb, you and I haven't talked. You were on Two Mics Too Furious with your tracheotomy. Have you listened to that?
Yeah, I have a weird lisp on it, and I cannot figure out.
Did you literally have a tracheotomy or
no.
or whatever?
It's just a weird signal.
Like I sound like I have a weird lisp.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like you have a lisp.
It's strange. I don't know. Yeah, it was fine. I was. Go listen to it, everybody.
So yeah, TFCON Chicago. How fucking busy was that con? It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was good.
At the busiest, I was walking around in a giant costume because that's a smart thing to do.
You did pretty well selling your merch though, even though without a table.
Yeah. So rewind. You want to do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday breakdown?
Sure.
Because Friday, we both showed up. Caleb and I were bosom buddies.
That's right.
We had to dress like the ladies that were in the dorm.
Yep, we had to pretend.
I loved that show.
I think that's a Cleveland show, isn't it? I think it takes place here. But the big thing is we kind of did the TFCon thing, but afterwards we all went and got food, drink. You were not there, but
Me, yeah. I didn't do a
Caleb
lot of
was
the
there.
after stuff. On Friday, we all, like, Chandler and Mike and Aaron and Melody, West and me, and Caleb went to Fogo de Chao. I think that was Friday.
That was Saturday.
That was Saturday. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. But
So-
yeah,
so-
other than that, I didn't attend any of the after stuff. I just like to go to bed early.
No, that was
Well-
Friday.
Whatever, it doesn't
Was
matter.
it Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, Thursday was when we met up with them.
That's
What it was. Because it was weird that we were even there. It felt weird being there super early, but we had to like harass Aaron to come out.
Yes. Well, he drove. He
Aaron
drove all of
our merch up there. We had a merch table for the first time, and I'm gonna say that, just to put this right here, it exceeded. I don't know if we made money, but it exceeded my expectations. It was amazing.
We didn't lose. We didn't lose as much money as we thought we would lose.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, I had the whole plan was I was going to have a booth next to you guys,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would be able to do that. But like you guys bought a booth, and then like the next day I went to go buy a booth, and they're like, "Yeah, we're out."
Interesting. And they never responded
yeah.
to you with like trying to reserve one or anything, or
So when you go on there, you could be put on a wait list.
Yeah.
I never got an email for a wait list. They just never sent it. And then I waited like 2 months and was like, all right, well, I haven't heard anything about this. So I messaged them and said, hey, I tried to get on a wait list, but I never got an email. Can I be put on a wait list? Can you send me an email confirming this? Because that's all that I really wanted was confirmation that they knew I was wanting to get a booth. And then I just got, we're still full. That is the email I got.
I think
Was
that
we're still full.
Well, given what it was like there, and I'll get to that in a second, but like, I think it was just they sold everything out super fast.
Well, he even said himself that they've outgrown that
Colin,
that location. So next time we're going to be in a bigger place. So
hopefully, because I will tell you this, fucking
it's not
Rosemont,
far even, I don't think.
Rosemont sucks. I hate also. In particular, the Crown Plaza O'Hare fucking sucks. That is the worst hotel. I fucking hate it.
Okay.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's too small. It like the food options are terrible. Oh, and we're all super sad. Caddyshack closed.
That's the sadness bar. Murray's.
Yeah, it's only been
I was
open
gonna bring
since
that up.
2018.
Oh, that's when it opened.
It opened in April of 2018.
Well,
that is funny, and that was the worst service I've ever had at a place,
Dude.
and I didn't even get anything like you guys got. You guys got way worse.
Yeah, I remember one time West and I ate there whenever it was still open. I think the last time we were in Chicago, and I was like, "Hey, can you box up the rest of this for me?" And then he came back with the check, and I'm like, "Did you get my food?" He's like, "Oh no, I threw it away." I'm like, "Great, thanks." But yeah, that fucking place sucked. Oh, and this time when we were there, I tried to call the front desk to get like a blanket, an extra blanket, or anything, and all I got was a busy signal every time. No matter what I tried, all I got was a busy signal. And it wasn't a con thing, because West and I stayed there until Tuesday, and I tried on Monday, couldn't get anybody. I had to actually physically go down there and speak to them.
Yeah. Well, and that was the other thing, is that I had originally booked this for myself and significant other, and it was a queen room.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it was a king room.
Yeah.
And then I called to get it changed months ago, and then weeks ago, and all these other things, and it just every single time they're like, "Oh, well, you have to call closer to the con." And then when I came in that day, and I was like, "Hey, any chance that like we oversold queens by like 14?"
yeah.
So they're like, "Yours is going to stay the way it is, and then 14 other people have to switch to a king." So I slept on the fold out, which is nothing, because I sleep on rocks.
I got
day.
I got the royal treatment.
The royal treatment.
Had the king bed.
Just starfished in the bed,
Yeah.
looking at this huge man. Who can't...
I look over there and it's just like, okay, well, he seems happy.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Half the time when I like I'll be like laying on a bed, I'll just be like, I gotta go, and I'll go lay out on the couch.
Yeah.
I'll go lay on the floor. It's when you're the size of a mighty oak, they don't make beds that actually support you.
Right. I will say that, in spite of all the bad things, they did have the bar open this time. And
Yeah,
that was nice.
if you want to get a drink before 5, fuck you, though.
Oh, okay. It was better than last time. I will say the con was really good this time.
Yes, that's true. The con was good. Everybody was like, the energy was great. It was. They had to stop selling tickets on Saturday because they also. I think Colin said that their walk-in purchases of tickets was like 40% of what they of the take.
Well, it's because people didn't know if they were going to be able to go. I mean, with tariffs and all this other junk, people don't know if they're going to be able to eat tomorrow, let alone go to a Transformer convention. I don't want to go too far into that at the moment, but what I did want to say is the convention inside was fine once it got greased up and going, but it was a wreck every time that they opened those doors.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have, their people were not saying the right things. And I went there. I had I was lucky enough to grab a pass off of one Michael Andrews because he needed to sell his physical pass, in the place. So I got that, not realizing that Saturday I could have just gone in after the initial special people, the VIP people, because the 3-day passes got to go in immediately, where anyone who had a day pass had to wait in a line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
it was
I
out
waited in line.
A lot of the lines were out the door. It was crazy.
I'm like, this is dumb.
I think they talked about the one in LA next year. They're gonna do like a staggered admission because LA, the last time we went, last year?
Yeah.
Was it this year? No, it wasn't this year. It was last year.
2024.
Yeah, it was also the same thing of like everybody. The energy is amazing, but like it was small. Like the big venue's too small. It's been outgrown.
We decided to have a booth.
Mm-hmm.
We were well positioned across from the autographs and
voice actors.
We were right next to David K.
Yeah, and we did very well. We had a lot of traffic. We sold a lot of things,
and we met a bunch of people that were like meeting people was great, and like a bunch of people who knew who we were. A bunch of people who also do like YouTube or podcasts and stuff. That was impressive. Aaron talked to a guy about beard care for 20 minutes. That was pretty interesting. It was cool. I loved it. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, wearing that vendor lanyard did give me a false sense of power. It felt pretty good. I can go anywhere.
Sure.
I mean, that's why I like going, because you get 2 free tickets, and it's about half it cuts the cost of the booth almost in half.
Yeah, I'm also curious about LA because they said that they're gonna, because of like the expected crowd, they're gonna allow people with weekend passes to go into the dealer's room on Friday, and I'm like, how the fuck is that gonna work? Because we weren't allowed to load stuff until 1 p.m. So
yeah, which that's whatever. To rewind it, my big thing on the TFCON was that the con was good, the people were good, and I think the reason why it was so good is because of tariffs. This is weird.
Okay,
I'm gonna peel some onions here. Regular retail action figures are starting to cost so stupidly much that it's actually more cost effective to go back and buy older ones that people have at booths.
Really?
So a lot of these, because everyone said they did great, and a lot of the stuff that they were selling was stuff that was like they had marked up because it's eBay prices, they're doing that kind of thing. But it's still cheaper than a retail Transformer right now. I don't know if you've seen, like, we've broken $30 for deluxes now in some areas, and it's like, what? Excuse me. So I think that is a big factor in that, is that people are like, well, I don't want to spend money on this, but I can go to this Transformer convention and maybe get some deals versus paying for outright. Because I noticed that nobody who had new product really sold a lot of it. It was mostly the older stuff.
Huh.
So
Aaron got me this rat trap.
Yeah. So he told me that, and I went around hunting for that thing.
Mm-hmm. He had to buy the floor model.
Yeah. I had shown him the floor model earlier, and he must have just like gotten the smart idea to ask them, because I'm sure they would love one less thing to pack up.
Yeah, and I'll put all these pictures on the website, but I got a Japanese Beast Wars Megatron, which is a very cool figure. Like these like little hip things.
He's got the different head, I think, color, right?
Yeah, and then also the different head color, and then the. And then also, apparently, the Tyrannosaur head can shoot water. And I'm like, that seems like a terrible idea.
Water and plastic, super good idea. Great. Unless
I
you
also
use
got
the
a
correct
Japanese
plastic.
Inferno that is very cool. Although, I mean, and all these are complete, which was nice. They weren't that expensive. I think one was 50 and one was 60. But like, yeah, this is a very cool figure.
So big things that happened to me at the con. I got my Wreck-Gar, my animated Wreck-Gar signed by Eric Sabanhaler.
Nice.
He is, I thought, the third of fourth people that I needed to get signed it. I have Weird Al and Derek J. Wyatt have signed it. R.I.P. R.I.P. Derek. Weird Al's still kicking. But yeah, Sabanhaler was the other one. So I got to get Marty.
Okay.
Marty Eisenberg and I guess there's another guy they said that was big into it, that he does do conventions but probably wouldn't be anywhere but LA. So I'm gonna message Eric Sabanhaler because I'm gonna do a commission and have him do Macho Magnus in animated drawing. Oh, cool. But he's now working for Hasbro again, so who knows what we can get him to do. Yeah, he announced it at his panel that he just got hired by. He is now doing the same thing he did for animated, but there. So expect a lot of animated toys coming out in the next couple of years.
I only met one person got a signing. I met David Kay late on Sunday because we were right next to him. And got him to sign one of our scripts that I print out. And then I also got him to do a voice recording that may or may not be in this episode. I haven't cleaned it up yet, so we'll see. But stay tuned for that. Cool.
Yeah. So I think the last big thing I'm doing a commission through Aaron Archer. I don't know if you know, he does like drawings on instruction manuals.
Okay.
Like
yep.
So and he does like these paint marker drawings on those. So he's going to do the Rid Omega Prime, my favorite character. But I had my old original Omega Prime Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime instruction sheet. I found it in a box. I was like, oh crap, I still have this. I'm like, I could sell this and make money, or I could spend money and have art. Saturday, I was running around like an idiot. I couldn't stop for 2 seconds. But on late Saturday, I was walking around and there were like 2 booths open in Artist Alley.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunday, I stole one.
Sure. Have you done that before?
I've done that at numerous cons.
Okay.
Actually. And TFCON Chicago is one of the ones where it didn't happen this year in the regular area. So there's like artist alleys on one side and then the regular areas on another. But I've had it happen at numerous TFCons where someone has a booth, particularly usually Grim Lockamus. He does customs. He sells out the first day.
Damn.
Now he actually sublets it and has one of his friends take the booth the second day because
that's a great
like,
idea.
I don't do that. Yeah, he's like, I sell out on Saturday, so I don't need to have this all day.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, so he you brought a lot of stuff.
We did. We have so much merch. That was basically what we said. We are, what did you say, Caleb? We're a podcast with a merch problem?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got that booth, and then I had done a room sale because Caleb was going to be gone Friday night. So I just did a room sale the whole time, and I sold like a ton of stuff at that I was not expecting. It was so busy. Saturday rolls around. Nobody's doing room sales on Saturday for some reason. It was real weird. Usually Saturday's the big day. So I'm kind of glad I did it on Friday because there was no one walking the halls. Everyone was too busy.
Interesting. I think there was someone on our floor. We were on 7 that was doing a room sale because it was.
But there were like 20 room sales on Friday, and then Saturday was like 3.
Wow.
Real weird.
So maybe they just sold all their shit.
I think what it was is that a lot of these people are vendors downstairs, and they were just so exhausted from Saturday. They're like, I'm not doing this tonight. Yeah. They're like, I'm not even messing with this. They're like, I have to go take my stuff that's in my room and bring it downstairs to restock my shelves. Like, so anyway, I did a real good time. I sold a whole bunch of my, oddly enough, Thomas the Tank Engine heads that go onto the Siege, I think, toy Kingdom. I can't remember which one it is. And I have a whole bunch of other things that I printed out and sold. I sold a lot of buckets, a lot of Halloween buckets. So if you need one of those, just go to TobyToys.com.
Yes, check it out for all your bucket needs.
buckets.
We did meet Big Ken's little brother. I can't remember his name.
Little Ken.
I asked him like 4 times, and I do not. Irving? I don't know what it was.
I'm bad about that.
Anyway,
nice guy.
It was awesome. And Mike and Chandler, Mike Seibert and Chandler hung out with us a bunch. Mike was doing a human former Optimus. And that was really cool, and it was amazing. It was really nice to see Chandler. We haven't seen him in a while, and it seemed to mean a lot to him that we were all together, which was really cool.
The two cosplayer girls that hung out with us.
Oh, Heather, and I don't know the other girl's name.
Okay.
Yeah, Heather. We met her on Friday, I think.
Heather.
She was Cosmos.
Yep, and she came up. She is introduced herself as a longtime listener.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And a big fan, and ended up hanging out with us a lot.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, she was really fun. On Saturday, she did...
tracks?
God damn it. I was wanting to say skids for some reason. Yeah, on Saturday, she did cool.
Yeah.
Hello, I know I'm so special.
Yeah.
Breaking down... Caleb, you had to leave you had a flight at 4 on Sunday.
I did. I left around 2:30.
Oh, you left real early.
Yeah, and I thought that I would need all that time, and I got to the airport and was like, oh.
Yeah, O'Hare's fast. You can get through O'Hare fast.
But I still am the kind of person that
So am I.
like
But
to get there early.
it's fine in O'Hare because we just went to the Admiral's Lounge and had booze and food.
You guys had all that.
Yep. So West and I stayed until Tuesday and went out into the city proper on Monday. It's about an hour by train from Rosemont. We went and got food from Calmet Fisheries, a very famous smoked fish place. Anthony Bourdain did an episode on it. We went to the Museum of Surgical Science, which was fucking awesome. It is West's favorite city, Chicago. If we moved, that's where she'd go. And I think a lot of it also is because like living here, the microaggressions she deals with every day suck. And she's just like, she wants to be around more black people, which completely makes fucking sense.
Oh yeah, I get that completely. That's what one of the funny things about Cleveland area is you'll see it online a lot, but people are talking about Ohio, and then people are like, Cleveland just isn't in Ohio. We do not accept it. We're a lake bound. We're like, just leave us alone. This whole area is just it's ridiculous because it's true. If you look at Cleveland, it's got like 5 cities. They're pretty big, all one in each corner and one in the middle. Mm-hmm. Those are the only places that aren't corn and hate.
Yeah, great.
Hate is what fills the rest of the area. So like if you travel too far, it's weird because I don't like Dave Chappelle. Lives like
he's
about an hour south of here, and like I just drove through that area. I wasn't like going to go. Let's go see Dave Chappelle, but I was driving through there, and then randomly in the middle of Appalachian nightmares, it's just this little city where everything has like the Black Lives Matter flags everywhere. It's just like this one little strip, and then it goes right back to
it's like an oasis.
Confederate flags.
Yeah, well, they can't be progressive like Missouri is. So,
yeah.
The
highlight of our time, I think, was Monday night. We went on a shoreline architecture river tour. It was fucking phenomenal. Like, it's a 45-minute, or maybe a little longer, but it's a boat ride down the Chicago River, and the host like tells you about the architecture of Chicago and its history, and it was great. And also what's cool about it is it's different every time because they're constantly building something. I can't recommend that highly enough if you're ever in Chicago. Did you have anything else to add about TFCON before we move on?
Not really. It was good. I'm glad I went because there was a hot minute where I was just gonna have to pay for the room.
Dang.
and be done.
And Caleb would have his own room.
Yeah, that he paid half for. So no, I ended up pulling it together though, and I nickel and dimed. I bought all my food beforehand and didn't really. I ate twice with you guys, but I got a chicken quesadilla.
Oh, you did great.
Yeah, because good luck getting anything to fucking eat in the Crown O'Hare. Like, I went down there, I think on Saturday to get West a barbecue pizza, and they're like, oh, we don't start selling those till 5. I went down there at like 5:30, restaurant closed.
Yeah. What's the sign that they have? It's like On the Fly is the name of the place.
On the Fly,
but
yeah.
It actually, like 100% is just like whenever we decide is what they should
It's
call
ridiculous. It was awful. Anyway, that's
I
enough
don't feel
about
like
how
making
much I
any more-
hate that
I don't
hotel.
feel like making any more food today. Let's just
Yeah, and there were a bunch of people in line because they had a limited menu, which I completely understand, but like make it consistent. But then there was a person like, if you go down to this room, we have there's a hot bar with like we have hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff, and I went down there, and it was true that there were hamburgers and chicken sandwiches and hot dogs. It was about school food level. So if you just had to get fuel.
Well, and it's weird. This is the first time that I didn't get Giordano's when I was out there because we have one down in Columbus now, and it's just like, well, why would I bother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one an hour away. Why do I care about the ones that are 6 hours away that are the exact same quality?
So hey, you know what? Let's shout out the patrons.
Yeah.
Alphamagnus, Debbie, Skeeter, Jeff the Pusherman, Mike Cybert of Mike Cybert Radio, Bono, Michael Tremblett, Roop, Jonathan, Robinus Prime, Safubi Samurai, Chandler, J Soups, Matt from Louisville, Nick the Toy Mad Dad, Ken Bockelman,
Big Ken,
Maurice,
Large Kenneth.
Thank you. Captain Alexis, James and Julia, Michael Ordway, Tim Dubs, Jason from Cracktastic Plastic, Thomas, Bitty Guns, Triclops, Optimal Alex, Simon, New Daniel, Argonus Prime, The Unknown Patron, Brian Jones, Autobot 1000, Zarmat, The Anonymous Patron, Bruticus78, Johnny Utah, Derek, and Shadow Maximus.
And we have a new one. We have a new patron.
Okay, maybe we should wait to see I don't know if Aaron has sent out a
The only reason I
on...
bring it up
Okay.
is because this patron, and I will tell his name later, but gentleman came up again, another longtime listener, first time caller, came up and was really appreciative of what we do. They have also bought a Dough for Joe on the spot.
Yes, I have the cash.
And a bias a drink. Mm-hmm. So I'm finally getting to do There's No Place Like Springfield.
There's no place like Springfield. I put it on the schedule.
Their name is Chris. I'll leave it at that for now. Because we just want to make sure we respect their privacy as much as possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that'll be really cool. And thank you for everything you do, patrons. And I'm excited to do Springfield.
Me too.
I know. We've been talking about it since we started doing Dover Joe.
So crazy, and it gave me so much trauma as a child. I was such a troubling, and it's a 2-part series.
Yep. So. I think I'm just going to look real quick. I think I put it on here I think I have it right now after season 3's Changing of the Guard.
Okay.
So
what does that push that out to about when?
Well, with our holiday break, this will be probably March, April, May. It'll probably be next summer.
Okay. Just Chris, we're gonna get there, but we put it it's in the rotation. And
hey, Caleb.
Yes.
You want a cocktail?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna mix you up something that'll energize your protoform while you rampage.
What are we drinking, Ryan?
Thank you. Since we're approaching the high holidays, I decided to make us a punch, and this is our episode that will air before America's Thanksgiving weekend, so maybe you can make this for a gathering if you're so inclined. Punch was basically the go-to house drink in the 17th through like the 19th century in America. This is a recipe from Jigger Beaker and Glass.
Oh, good.
Page 104, we have Latin American punch. The book says that this is from a mountain plantation, so that's great, in San Juan, Puerto Rico, so it probably means sugarcane slaves, I'm assuming.
Yes, definitely.
I'm just going to give you the recipe as written, but obviously I scaled it back because it's just the two of us, and this makes almost a gallon, or like 3.8 liters. So for this drink, you will need 1.5 cups of Bacardi, 1 quart Rhine wine, and this was a German wine from the Rhine River region.
Love it.
Usually a Riesling grape, white wine that's bright and crisp, 1 cup lemon juice, 1/2 cup orange curacao triple sec, 1 quart champagne, 1 cup orange juice, and 1 pint sparkling water. The book also lists thin slices of pineapple, but never says what to do with it, so I just put a pineapple slice on the glass.
Big ol' wedge.
I guess presumably you add the slices of pineapple to the punch. The book says, ice for 2 hours beforehand, pour into a bowl with a large lump of ice, have a gravy boat filled with fresh grated coconut kernel, and sprinkle a level teaspoon on each glass served. Don't use shredded coconut. That's only for cakes and so on. Coconut kernel is basically the meat of the coconut, unsweetened, not shredded, and desiccated. So, yeah, that's what that is. And if you Google image coconut kernel, several of the top illustrated results look like Bigfoot pussies.
Okay.
So shall we? I'm going to try it without the coconut first, and then
my dad made the rank of coconut kernel back in the military.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right,
decorated.
Yeah, well decorated.
Here we go. It's a big. I made these pineapple wedges enormous. The rum is completely.
Champagne takes it all.
Yeah, the champagne is what is the most present with the citrus back. The rum is completely buried. I guess it's just. I don't know.
Where's the rum?
I'm gonna put some. Why is the rum gone? I'm gonna put some coconut on there.
I'm having an iced coffee using
Excellent.
Dunkin' Donuts in home.
Excellent.
With the Little Debbie Christmas tree creamer.
Oh my God! There's a Little Debbie Christmas tree creamer.
Yeah, it's at Walmart.
My office crushes those Christmas tree snack cakes. They crush them.
Ugh.
There's also donuts they got now, mini donuts of those Christmas trees.
Well, I'm not a fan of them, but
talk to the fat guy. He knows all the food.
Hey,
I would say this is fine, but I would, if I were to make it again, I'd scale way back on the champagne. Yeah, its a punch is only about 9%. It's about 9% ABV. So I've got a bunch over there that I'm just gonna probably throw. It's fine. I would not make this again. I could make this better.
I like champagne, but I don't know. I'm gonna give it some time. I just had a couple of sips. We'll check in with it again.
So that's the disappointing cocktail. Don't make this for your Thanksgiving holiday season. But if you would like a better cocktail featured on this show, you can do so by sending us $5 hairs to @APODcast on PayPal. Tell me in the notes what you would like me to make, and I will make that on a future episode because I cannot make it on a past one.
Thirsty?
Yeah.
Money? Buy us a drink. Buy us a drink.
And there it is.
I meant to ask about the. Is you saying that I cannot buy it on a thing? Does that count on the bingo card as Ryan being pedantic every episode now? Is that like
I can't make it on a future episode because I can't make it on a past one? I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Sure, you can have it.
You can allow it.
Well, you need a new one of those because half of the stuff is for G1.
We do need a new bingo card.
Yep. We have a
Good
booty. You know what's crazy?
Series 2.
We need to start thinking about the next booty box.
I don't want to think about it.
Is
right
that not insane? It's coming up.
Well,
probably in the summer. Last episode recap. Remember when Megatron took over an alien spacecraft, morphed his face onto it, and then tried to use it to warp to Cybertron and destroy the Maximals and Autobots?
Yep.
It didn't work.
Nope.
You're up to speed.
So close.
My recaps are different than Aaron's. So, let's squeeze ourselves into Bad Spark, Season 2, Episode 34 of Beast Wars Transformers, written by Greg Johnson and directed by Steve Sachs. No, not that Steve Sachs. And Jonathan Goodwill.
I was about to ask.
Not to be confused with Jonathan Badwill.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Bad stuff.
Alphamagnus, why did you choose Bad Spark?
Because Rampage is badass.
I love him.
He's probably one of the best characters.
Absolutely.
That isn't a tropey. Like Inferno, great. The royalty, the whole time. It's great. Each guy has a good thing. Rampage is like one of the few ones where he shows up and he's just like, he's a fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, it's funny because he's treated as like, he's the ultimate Decepticon weapon of hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does not act like that for most of the series. It's so stupid.
I don't remember. Aside from this episode, I don't really remember Rampage in the rest of the series. I know that in this episode, I love the character. Like I said, I love his design. His alt modes are fantastic. Yeah. And the story of him is great. But yeah, I don't remember if he does much.
He's essentially Frankenstein of this. He is an unstoppable force with a heart that is like, it's super weird. It's how they write this character is just bizarre, and I love it because I kind of feel like that sometimes.
Well,
I can walk through a wall right now and then go plant some trees.
There is literally some Frankenstein's monster imagery in this episode. Whenever we talk about him,
it's literally like down to his like core where Frankenstein goes out there and is like, let me throw you in a well, like.
Yeah, and I think not to get too far forward, but the next episode you're on, Transmutate, which will be 2 episodes from now, I think we get some of that with Rampage being his character having more depth or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like a lot of the characters are, I won't say one-dimensional. They're like 2 or 3, where he's like a 4D character where like it's almost like he's deciding his own path versus just being, all right, Megatron, I'll do whatever you want.
Well, yeah, there's some coercion there.
Yeah.
We open up on a foggy swamp area, and you get all the haunted house creatures, snakes, crows, and then Cheetor flies in and reports that he's found a huge damaged stasis pod that's branded with a big yellow X. Well, so that's probably fine. I wouldn't worry about that.
Don't dead open inside?
Yeah, dead inside. So Primal replies that he's on his way. He gives a little look to Rhinox, and Silverbolt is going as well. Rhinox seems to know something about what's going on because he says, "Primus, help us all, if that thing survived." Which, for anyone who doesn't remember, all the stasis pods were originally on board the Axelon and got scattered into orbit when the Darkseid and Axelon went down in the first episode. So right here, we kind of know that this is something unfortunate, and we'll get to the lore in just a second. We cut to the Darkseid, where Megatron orders Black Arachnia and Waspinator to make sure this big soldier, who must be in this big stasis pod, flies the flag of the Preds. He's a big soldier, and he needs a big breakfast. And we'll see in a second. He is a big boy. Megatron watches them depart and says, "Spiders spin their webs, but I spin them larger." And I guess he has like a listening device planted on Black Arachnia. And then we like pan down to the device under one of the arms of Megatron's chair is one of Tarantulas' bugs, like we saw back on, I think it was Tangled Web. There's a lot of watching in this episode. Megatron, in this one more than anything, Megatron doesn't really engage until the very end. He just watches stuff on monitors. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, he's in the chair the whole time.
He
watching everything go down.
He's a voyeur. Primal and Silverbolt arrive, and we get some sweet lore. The stasis pod contained an experiment that was an attempt to recreate Starscream's indestructible spark as a maximal. He calls it the Axelon's Dark Secret, and we get a sweet flashback in black and white, which again, like we said, more Frankenstein's monster imagery. And Primal says the point was to dump it somewhere far and barren, which seems radically irresponsible.
Yeah.
Just throw it out on a tiny asteroid like the Little Prince. Oh man, in just a second we get this terrible fucking fart joke from Cheetor.
Yeah. That didn't go anywhere.
No. So here's the thing, is I think I don't have this here in script deviations, but his transmetal body has been soaking up so much energon, he's, quote, about to blast one off, which is that now a poop joke?
Yeah, and then he fans the fart.
I hate it. I think I do have some in script deviations about this.
If that's today, it'd be like, man, he must be taking part in No Nut November. Like,
oh god, what? Yeah, exactly.
Blast one off.
Completely like out of nowhere fart joke from.
It'll make sense when I talk about what it's supposed to be, but in this context, it's fucking ridiculous. And like he farts into his hand and throws it in Optimus's face.
I would
popcorn.
I would appreciate that a little more.
We did talk a little bit about how transmetals and fusers have a higher protection from energon surges. So I guess the energon buildup just makes their tummies upset, like being lactose intolerant. I don't know. It was fucking weird. It doesn't really fit with the rest of this episode.
So they have buttholes.
Sure.
Buttholes.
Black Arachnia and Waspinator crash the party, and a battle ensues, during which Cheetor gets blasted into a circle of energon and sends out a pulse that hits the stasis pod, while Black Arachnia wails on Silverbolt, who still won't fight back, which is stupid. We'll go ahead and watch. Actually, I might as well just capture this audio of this flashback here.
It was originally an attempt to replicate Starscream's mutant indestructible spark with a maximal.
Indestructible? Afraid not.
Well, It was a mistake to even try. Though brilliant, it was hopelessly treacherous and incapable of being recycled.
It was put on the Axelon for what reason, Optimus?
To dump it somewhere far, someplace barren.
Because fuck a planet we put it on, I guess.
Yeah, it was also very much that Frankenstein right there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's in black and white. I think I said that, but yeah, black and white Frankenstein thing. And we get a lot of Silverbolt and Black Arachnia in this one.
He likes the bad girls.
And she likes him too.
Yeah, she likes the good guys.
I'm here for it.
Step on me, mommy.
Ew. My favorite alt form Tarantulas tears into the swamp, grabs Black Arachnia, but is quickly taken out by Silverbolt before a huge burst of energy comes from the stasis pod and creates this crazy fucking whirlwind that encapsulates everyone into the air. And I believe that's the point where we go to commercial. There's Megatron watching.
That's kind of fun. I like he's like, yuck.
That's not yet.
No,
that's coming up.
It's fun though.
We come back from commercial, and Black Arachnia and Silverbolt land near each other and draw down, but don't fire. Silverbolt asks Black Arachnia if she's damaged. I love her response. It's very funny. She says, "Just enough to make me interesting." Oh. She's a bad girl. You like that, Caleb?
I do.
She did actually call herself a dark damsel. This is the most we've seen so far of the two of them interacting, and like I said, I'm here for it. I love it. Silverbolt says he won't let Tarantulas capture her, and she asks him to fly her out of there. Unfortunately, his wings are damaged, and they just fucking head out on a hobbit quest to a mountain on foot above the storm to contact their respective forces.
So I do have one thing to say on this, is that it feels like... I know they couldn't do it as fast as they can now, but it was like, hey, let's introduce this team of... Tiger and Hawk, and then that's not really working out. Let's just shelf them and work on these two.
This like as a relationship,
yeah. It felt like, okay, well, that one was kind of lame. Let's make this one more interesting.
Yeah, that wasn't violent at all. They were nice to each other. This one has more. I will say this one is more interesting than Air Razor and Tigatron.
It is more interesting. It's very much Beasts of Anarchy.
Tarantulas hits the ground.
Go ahead. I got you. This
Good work. Tarantulas hits the ground, still next to the stasis pod, and a huge, shadowy form, sparkling with energy, looms over him, and Tarantulas screams. And I do know who this is, who this shadow character is, and he is terrifying. I mean, it's obviously the guy we saw in the flashback.
Yeah.
It's a good episode and like one of my favorite characters, but I was saying I don't remember a lot that happens with him, but he is just a straight up monster, but has interesting motivations, I guess.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, I mean, this is the thing that always bothered me about this whole, it's an immortal spark.
Yeah.
They're kind of all immortal. They don't have like an A to Z lifespan. You can extinguish them, but if you don't, they just keep going.
Yeah, I think it's different in like, yes, the spark, like you keep going, and also your spark can leave your form. I think the idea in this one is like you can't. That would be interesting. What could you do to Rampage's body that he wouldn't be able to come back from? Is I guess what they're saying.
And that was the whole thing. It's an immortal spark. Mm-hmm. So even if you destroyed the body, the spark would still live on. I guess is the idea behind it.
Yeah, but it looks, well, spoilers. The spark looks like it can be
tickled.
Oh, his
yeah,
only his, only Rampage's.
Yeah. So, and that was the big thing of what it was. Like, I don't think they'd actually done it yet, but the IDW comics, I think. Oh no, maybe it might have been Dreamwave. Anyway, they're the ones that came out with like the Fallen, Megatron, Fallen. His entire purpose for being a Transformer was to be like entropy.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah, so he was supposed to like kill them when they stayed too long, so that they didn't do what happens now, have this immortal war.
Mm-hmm. And
normally he was supposed to do it until all or one was his. Like, it's been a while since I've read that, but yeah, it was definitely like, so when they killed him, they no longer had to worry they were immortal.
They handle it a little differently in this one. I guess Rhinox did come and bring Optimus Primal back from the dead. It, not to spoil next episode, but it is like, there is the idea if the spark ascends, it's no longer viable, like as a physical creature. Like,
well, it's supposed to they're supposed to be returned to the Matrix or whatever. Like,
go to be one with the Matrix. Yeah. And Rampage is like, that seems like a curse, honestly. Just like, you can't ascend. Sorry, buddy. Optimus and Cheetor have to go back to the CR chamber to heal, and we cut back to Black Arachnia and Silverbolt walking through the swamp, where they find fucking dismembered Tarantulas. They find his arm, and they say he's been disarmed, and they both have a hearty chuckle.
Death!
Hilarious. We hated him. Everybody hates him.
No.
Everyone hates him.
Megs and
Everybody
Inferno.
hates Tarantulas, and it's Chris Rock, but with Tarantulas' body.
Somebody make that for us. We cut to Megatron and Inferno who are listening, and Megatron is incensed. Or Inferno is incensed that Black Arachne would laugh with the enemy, but Megatron assures him that with Tarantulas gone, she may reconsider the Maximal's usefulness. Mm-hmm. And I guess he means like using Silverbolt for her own ends. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Caleb. I can see you're concerned, but this is not the end of Tarantulas. He will return.
Oh, good.
Spoilers.
Thank God. I'm the guy who likes Tarantulas.
I do like the Tarantulas character. He also he's, like I've said, my favorite alt form of that weird motorcycle thing. But I also like just how devious he is.
Donald Duck.
And like just an evil scientist. Donald Duck. Black Arachnia and Silverbolt come to a crevasse, and Silverbolt says they can cross at this huge fallen tree that is across the hole. And Black Arachnia gives this sexy little smirk behind his back. And I don't know, guys. You think this show's being too subtle about how she feels? I don't know if it's sexy or if it's that she's about to kill him.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it. You don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's true. West, this crossing of the log, actually, this is, sorry for the digression, but West and I had to do something similar to this one year when we went to, is it the Busick State Park?
Yes.
Caleb? Yeah.
You had to cross a creek?
We did. It was not even a creek. It was April, and the water was super high, and we shimmied across this log on our bellies to avoid getting this gully filled with water, but ultimately it was fucking pointless because almost at the end of the trail, we ended up having to wade through this huge wide spot that was up to our knees.
Yeah.
And we were like 5 minutes from getting back to the car.
Yeah.
Don't go in April.
Unless, otherwise you might have to get your feet wet.
Yeah. Ugh. Those shoes I had did fall apart, and they were boots. But so.
Well, when you didn't take them off?
That did not occur to me.
When I cross there, I just take my shoes off and walk across.
Doesn't that hurt your feet?
Yeah, but then when I get back across, then I have dry shoes.
But you have wet socks.
I take my socks off too. I barefoot it. Well, why leave your socks on if you're taking your shoes off?
I just don't
it's
like
almost
hiking.
Worse to leave your socks on and have dry shoes.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have wet shoes and wet socks.
Yeah, I was like, fuck
it. At least then you're all in.
Because
get on that log.
Yeah, that's true. I would rather have wet socks and shoes than try to take the fucking shit off and walk through the thing, put it back on.
Okay.
Now I'd want it all dry, but I wouldn't want the mix. I either want it all dry or all
dry
wet.
shoes and wet socks.
Yeah.
Yes, that's horrible.
I'm good with all wet.
Yeah.
Horny for the boy or not, Black Arachnia draws on Silverbolt from behind, and he warns her, "Behind you!" And she tells him not to be pathetic. But then just a fairly poorly rendered biological saber-toothed cat jumps on her. It looks like shit.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Which I think they had a better. Like, is that just the same one from season 1, but everyone else looks better?
Right.
Like,
that's true.
There was one.
I don't. They were just like, put that old file in here. We don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have to re-render that. Let's just toss the old file in there.
Silverbolt transforms into wolf mode and comes to her aid, fighting with the feline before they both fall over the ravine. Silverbolt grabs onto a vine and he tells Black Arachnia, as she looks down at him, he understands she's a Predacon, and as the vine snaps, our dark damsel decides to snare him with her webhook and saves his life.
There it is.
Look at that terrible cat. That's awful.
It is.
It just moves like a brick.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for it in a way. It's like it's just a cat being a cat.
Yeah, he doesn't kill it though.
It falls.
Well, I guess it does die.
It falls off into.
But it did attack. It did. It falls like it is a clay object.
Yeah.
It was attacking him.
It's true.
It holds up a little sign.
Yikes. Yeah, it runs out into thin air for a minute, looks at the camera. Yikes. Plummet. And then we see a dust cloud.
Knowing this show, I would not put it past them.
That's true.
To do that.
That's true. I feel like we get less Looney Tunes stuff as the series goes on. Every once in a while they'll pepper it in.
They'll just get a random fart joke from.
Oh, that's yeah. You know what? Yeah.
It's they go from Looney Tunes to just like Beavis and Butthead,
like junior high humor.
Yeah. Just, next episode, Cheetor's like, look at his wiener.
Why is it so small? Gives him a swirly. I feel like we get like a rhyming here. We obviously get a rhyming here where after hauling him up, Black Arachnia asks if Silverbolt is damaged, and he says, just enough to make me interesting, and we get that fanfare. Silverbolt asks why she saved him, and she gives a stammering, well, there might be other creatures. And we cut back to the dark side.
Things for me.
Yeah. Oh. Champagne. We cut back to the dark side, where Quickstrike, Inferno, and Megatron, they're all like, people just keep gathering around the TV to watch what's going on.
Inferno, get me up here.
I would like some nachos. They're all looking through this spherical view screen, and they're grossed out. Megatron actually goes, watching Black Arachnia and Silverbolt. It's like watching your parents play footsie.
Never seen that happen.
Or French kiss.
I've never seen that happen.
Deep into the night. Colin comes in, and he's like...
Stop it.
He's like...
Stop it.
And then you hear the giggling through the wall.
Stop it. Stop it.
And the rustling.
Stop it.
We go back to the Axelon, where Dinobot is viewing the Energon storm vortex as Primal comes out of the CR chamber. By the way, I looked up CR chamber because I could not remember what it stood for. In Beast Wars, it's creation/regeneration chamber, though I believe that was retrofitted in the Japanese Beast Wars universe book from the year 2000. So I don't think they ever say it in the show, what CR chamber stands for. I just think they thought it sounded cool.
Got it.
Dinobot chastises his boss that a rescue operation is pointless. They should attack instead. Megatron has lost 2 warriors, while they have only lost 1. Primal has some counter sass and tells Dino he'll remember that the next time the ladder is caught out. The next time Dinobot is caught out. And he and Cheetor slide down the elevator. Whoop.
I like you can see Dinobot's reflection in the glass.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I just not see that. That's
the animation. Like we keep coming back to this. It just gets better and better, especially in this one. In the next episode, I feel like it's taken another leap forward. I do like Dinobot's response here. He says, "Victors do not spurn opportunity," and then he has this interface with the Axelon computer. Though we have no idea what he's doing, these red energy cables come out of his colostomy bag, and I do have a little bit more about this in script deviations. Dinobot says, "It may be up to me." We don't know what that means. And then Primal and Cheetor fly off, and we cut back to Black Arachnia and Silverbolt still doing their hike through Busick State Park. Silverbolt is trying to convince Black Arachnia of her inner goodness. And since she was, I forgot about this, but yeah, she was originally a maximal protoform.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, she was.
They all are.
They all are. Yeah, technically. Because they were on board the Axelon.
Everyone but the original cast of Predacons were they were Predacons. Everybody else is just a reformatted.
I gotcha.
Yeah, because they were Predacons on Cybertron. And the way, like they turn the one, all the like Inferno gets turned, all the ones where that's what the whole race toward the stasis pod is about.
Yeah,
because the Megatron's trying to turn them into Predacons, and Optimus Primal is trying to retain the maximal protoform.
I gotcha.
Anyway, yeah, Black Arachnia, or Silverbolt's trying to convince Black Arachnia of her goodness, and she's not having any of it. She gives him some well-placed spider leg machine gun warning shots, and then Black Arachnia stumbles upon the rest of Tarantulas' body parts, disassembled, and Tarantulas is in stasis lock. Silverbolt reveals that this must be the work of Protoform X, who may or may not be able to be destroyed at all. Megatron hears all this, and I love this part. He instructs the Darkseid's computer to go into 3D printer mode, and, I'll just capture it when we get there. Silverbolt blinks a lot. It's one of his things. The yellow eyes maybe make it more obvious.
Probably because he doesn't have actual pupils, and they have to do something to...
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Rhinox has pupils, I believe.
I think it's just part of his innocent character.
She blinks a lot, too.
Megatron has pupils.
Wait, now they're all. Now I notice they're all blinking.
Pupils tend to blink all the time.
They do all blink. I think it's just more obvious when Silverbolt does it because it's so bright.
He also blinks with his eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. This part is cool. You know what? I'm just going to capture this because, I've never seen this before. But we haven't seen this before. But he orders the Darkseid to create a weapon for him.
What? I thought it extinguished.
Apparently, it did not, and apparently. It may never.
Interesting. Computer, fashion for me a blade. Curved, very sharp, and composed of energon.
Acknowledged.
This felt very,
Iron Man?
I was thinking more Star Trek, The Next Generation Replicator.
Oh, okay. I was feeling like
It's
Marvel.
also essentially like what AI artists in quotations do with like you can do that with 3D printing.
You know what?
stuff
That's
now.
fucking true. It was like he was talking to ChatGPT of can you make me blah blah blah.
ChatGPT, what is the capital of Minnesota?
We think that it is Houston. Black Arachnia is fucking done and wants to bug out, and just then they encounter a huge king crab alt form, and he is fucking petrifying, and it's awesome.
Sea bugs.
Yeah, I love his form.
A lot going on.
It's so cool.
When I saw this, I thought he had assumed features of his latest victim.
Tarantulas, yeah.
Tarantulas.
Oh.
Like he had assumed certain attributes of him as a means of, but I guess that's not correct, but that's what I first thought.
They don't really do the whole like scanning thing much.
No, not really anymore. No.
Yeah, it's more like this is the toy we had to do, and we didn't even feel like making the crab like STL file or whatever the CGI. Like we don't even feel like making a crab. He's a crab. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Depth Charge is a future one. I don't recall them having that alt mode either. It's just like you landed in this area. This is what you are.
Does Depth Charge, not to get too far forward, but does Depth Charge spawn on the planet, or does he arrive on the planet?
I don't even remember, but I just know that they don't make a big thing out of all the scannings anymore.
I think we've gotten to the point now where it's like we're wanting to tell the story more than like it's kind of shorthand of like
a half hour.
You guys all get it. We all know what this is at this point. It's not necessary, but it is interesting you say that, Caleb, about because he is a cannibal. Rampages.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't see it here, but that is in his bio, which I believe I have later.
Dang, it's hardcore.
Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, Protoform X transforms into a huge hulking beast of a bot, and I believe this is where we go to commercial. When we come back from commercial, Protoform X starts ahead menacingly, and I will say, like, crazily stomping toward the duo. I love the vocalization they put on him. I'm just going to record just a little bit of it, because it's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would just that he wouldn't have words. That would just be what he does.
That he never speaks.
No, he's just like
screaming.
Blah!
Yeah,
a lot like Frankenstein. The I should say
Frankenstein talks.
I'm not in the.
Frankenstein's monster, please.
Oh my god. I mean, Frankenstein's monster in the original, like the monster does speak with intelligence, but then the one that's like Boris Karloff's, it doesn't have words. I don't think.
It's been so long since
I saw the new Frankenstein. It's good.
Is it?
I actually saw a whole reel of this where a guy was going over all of the different versions, and only in one version is he not called actually Frankenstein. Every other version afterwards, it's like, well, this is, and if you break it down, it's kind of like his son, so he'd just be Frankenstein.
I guess so.
Yeah, he has a surname.
That's true. I was just, if you hadn't had Ryan being pedantic before, you have that square now.
Yeah, well, and then you just say, hey, whoa, hold on, that's Frankenstein's monster, and then he says, oh, I'm sorry, and hands him the drink.
So the Beast makes short work of the Black Arachnia, shooting both her and Silverbolt as Primal and Cheetor fly toward the site, and we quick cut to Megatron's newly minted Energon knife, and he says it's time for his surgical strike. And whoosh! We're back with Protoform X menacing the prone form of Silverbolt.
One thing I do love is that he's kind of a spider guy again, but we at least get somewhat of a different alt mode. He's probably the first like sea creature we've gotten, right, of any sort.
I think that's true. Yeah,
he's just a sea bug.
I mean, he's a sea bug. Yeah.
And it's also one of those deals where he's I think he's the only one from this season that we don't have a toy of. We can get into that later, but.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into that later, because it seems like it'd be an awesome toy.
Yeah, even his head looks cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There's a lot going on there.
So he's dangling Silverbolt over the edge. His face, this is what I had in my notes. His face in both modes is very scary. The eyes on the side of the head here, the antenna, and those fucking crazy teeth. It's awesome. That's a good critical.
It's awesome.
It's all. Remember when you were in that? I think that was awesome.
Cool, dude.
I do think it's an appropriate description. The correct use of the word, Ryan.
At this point, PX tells Silverbolt that his spark feeds on fear. I guess kind of like Freddy Krueger. And just at that point, the cavalry of Primal and Cheetor arrive, and these two, along with Black Arachnia, open up a can of whoop-ass and blow PX off a cliff. PX standing for Protoform X, of course. I got tired of writing Protoform X in my script.
Of course.
Which does nothing. Protoform X transforms into his tank killer form, which is also righteous, and just straight up starts climbing the sides of the cliff. It's almost a sheer cliff, and he's just like, please.
Gets himself some tracks.
Yeah.
There he goes.
I like that the Transmetals have like that weird alt mode.
Yeah, like it turns into some kind of weapon. Yeah. Black Arachnia.
They're like 2.5 formers.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's basically they're all kind of triple changers. Black Arachnia says it's indestructible, but Silverbolt throws one of his potato masher wing bomb things into PX's treads, and the beast tumbles off several ledges into a ravine at the bottom of which we cannot see, but not before, shooting a missile that knocks Black Arachnia off the cliff as well.
Tumbles back down.
His treads come off.
Yep. Blink.
So they didn't want to have to animate him actually transforming, so they just threw the treads off.
Through the treads off, yeah.
Yeah, it goes to hammer space like.
Yeah, I guess he gets it back.
Exactly. Just gets him back later.
Silverbolt jumps off of the ledge after Black Arachnia and manages to get his wings to function, catching the arachnid to his theme fanfare. She says, "Nice work, but don't expect any gushing gratitude." And then she lands and skedaddles off into the swamp. Cheetor inquires, what about that huge fucking crab monster thing? And then Primal very casually says he has to confer with Rhinox about what to do, and they just head back to base. We'll figure it out later.
Oh, it ain't going anywhere. Or is it?
Like, remember how he's indestructible? We'll figure it out. I'm not going to leave Cheetor to watch him. I like this romantic soliloquy that Black Arachnia does here that I'll catch in just a second.
Yeah, this episode kind of does have an awful lot of exposition, I guess, and walking around talking about
Like I needed him to catch me anyway.
I guess it wasn't really soliloquy. But she says, like I needed him to catch me anyway, and that's where she, like, locks in her hook and shoots a web, and I'm like, I guess, yeah, she could have saved herself, but
she wanted him to save her. Right?
Get some romantic music there. At the base of the canyon, Megatron comes across a damaged Protoform X, and we cut to the dark side, where PX comes out of the regeneration chamber. Megatron has used the Energon knife to cut out a piece of PX's spark, which would have killed any other creature. But Megatron dubs PX as Rampage, and we see that the chunk of the spark he carved out can be squeezed to cause a Rampage great pain.
Squish, squish.
And so that's, how Megatron will control him, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
I was going to say that they really missed out on having, like, the nutcracker things for like breaking crabs.
Yeah.
They really missed out on having that like in there. I mean, I guess Megatron's hand is that, but
but no, it'd be more appropriate if it was
a crab cracker.
Yeah.
Megatron says, "Welcome, my new servant, to the Beast Wars," and then that's the end of the episode.
What I've done.
What do you guys think?
I'm liking it. I want to see what happens next with it.
I really like this episode. That's why I did it, because it's I think this is the second time we've had a Frankenstein reference.
Yeah.
There was one in a previous episode, Black and White.
It was Megatron. Go ahead. What was it? You remember?
I can't remember. I just remember that there was a scene where it's all black and white and get the monsters.
It was Dinobot's clone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could tell what age these guys are. These guys are boomer as all hell.
Yeah, exactly. The show editors, yeah. That's the end of the episode. I have the voice actor for Rampage, voiced by Campbell Lane, and this is the only character he voiced for a Transformers series, though he reprised the role for the game Transformers Beast Wars Transmetals on PlayStation. I didn't even know that existed.
I never played either of those because I heard they were terrible.
I would assume. Up until I think
it's the PS2 games were actually awesome.
Yeah, they were.
PS1 Transformer games were.
That's what I was going to say. Up until then, all Transformers games sucked. Like I have the Famicom Transformers, and it is unplayable. What is it called?
Convoy, Secret of Convoy, or something like that, where you play as Ultramagnus instead. I have to give it to them. They actually had a transformation in that, though, so that was something.
They did. It doesn't help anything.
No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't even block. Like, everything hits you.
Yeah. That's the thing, is you're an enormous character, and everything is coming at you so fast, and there are so many projectiles, and your hitbox is so huge. It's ridiculous. He was so Campbell Lane was a Canadian screen and voice actor who played Baron Strucker in Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., the first hybrid in Battlestar Galactica, Razor, and George in Alienated. And then he was also in 3 episodes of X-Files, playing all different characters. As for voice acting, he was Skeletor in The New Adventures of He-Man, Dr. X on the 2000 version of X-Men, and Mastermind in X-Men Evolution. Lane passed away in 2014 at the age of 78. From lung cancer.
Old man.
Well, should we go?
In the real world.
Yes.
All right. In the real world, this aired February 22nd, 1998, in the hot 100 Billboard. We have a true number one for this week. Top of the charts for a surprisingly short 2 weeks in February and March of 1998 was Celine Dion's signature opus, My Heart Will Go On. Obviously from the Titanic soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And on Celine Dion, it was on Celine's Let's Talk About Love album. I guess it's not surprising that it was number one for only 2 weeks, given it's not really a radio bop that you'd like. Right. And it's long and that you'd put on while you're stuck in traffic on the way to the whorehouse. Uh-huh. It was the best-selling single of 1998, however, selling 18 million copies and hit number one in more than 25 countries. And the single went gold in or higher in 18 countries and went diamond in France.
You should find a closer whorehouse.
I like
you like that
hunt.
One? You like yes. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm stuck in traffic in Chicago, and I'm on the way.
Sometimes I'll pick up one on the way. I'll get a twofer.
Yeah, just like
Patrick Bateman.
I was thinking Robert Picton, but nobody knows who that is except for people who are awful. It was included in one of the songs of the century by Recording Industry Association of America and the National Endowment of the Arts, and it won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, Best Song Written Specifically for a Motion Picture or for Television, and the Academy Award for Best Original Song. And in 2025, the Library of Congress inducted it into the National Recording Registry for preservation as, quote, culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant, unquote. Before the release of Titanic, studio executives worried that it would be a commercial failure, as we've talked about. See our Real World episode 258 for more on that. And Sony had paid $800,000 for the rights to the Titanic soundtrack album and hoped it would include a theme song. James Cameron felt that ending Titanic with a pop song would be inappropriate.
It'd be kind of weird.
Can you imagine, like, credits and then bop?
Yeah.
James Horner, the composer of the Titanic score, initially composed My Heart Will Go On as an instrumental motif for the film. Wanting to prepare for a vocal version for the end credits, he enlisted lyricist Will Jennings, who wrote the lyrics from the point of view of a person of great age looking back so many years. There's not really much more to say about this song. You know what this song is.
A lot of songs from movies tend to be like that, I've found, because like the person who makes the actual score like has one song and they're just you remember Kung Fury? You ever see that?
I have.
Yeah.
It was like so that theme song that they did, they just got way too much money for their Kickstarter and were like, let's pay someone to make a song for this, like a lyrics for the song. They got David Hasselhoff, but it happens in a bunch of stuff where it's just like, we need to jazz this thing up and
let's put some razzmatazz
some radio
up here.
Time. Huh. Yeah, so they just pick one song and make that. Like I think Lion King had that happen a lot with that soundtrack. Was same deal where it was like, this isn't really supposed to be this, but we're gonna make it this anyway.
Yep. That's the number one song. On to the movies. Number one at the box office. Oh, man. We've got a wild one for number one this week because the true number one is Titanic for about a quarter of this year. So let's talk about a movie that was number one for 2 weeks in May of 1998. Everyone's favorite fucking entry in this huge franchise. The American film Godzilla.
Oh,
Hey, this is actually perfect because I am a huge Godzilla fan.
We do have a good
several
number big Godzilla fans.
So
Safubi Samurai.
So I'm going to show you guys this. This isn't something that I would normally do. This is my bed sheet. That I literally, it's my comforter. Is the '90s Godzilla.
Wow.
Like legit. Yeah, I have so much Godzilla stuff. It's redonkulous.
Did you see Godzilla in theater?
I saw it so many times, and even as a person who was like, "This is terrible," I still loved every minute of it. There's my Godzilla poster. It's an original movie theater poster of Godzilla 85.
Cool. So, dang. Yeah, I didn't know you were such a Godzilla head.
I am huge into Godzilla. I just made a post about it, but some people don't follow me on socials like others do. You're actually not a big social guy, so I wouldn't expect it. But I have probably
thin on there.
Yeah, I like the Mecha Godzilla stuff more, but I have tons of Godzilla stuff. Like, it's ridiculous.
Right on.
Back during this movie, Taco Bell actually did a thing with it, and I don't know if you remember that. Like the Godzilla walks up and the little Chihuahua's like, "Yo quiero Taco Bell." Like it was like a whole thing. But they actually had cup holders you could put in your car that were Godzilla holding the thing. I have 2 of those. Like I got tons of Godzilla merch from not just this time, but all of them. It is weird how that worked out.
If you listeners out there have not seen this movie, don't. It's not good.
It's not. Well, you know what? I disagree. It is a terrible Godzilla movie. It is an amazing 90s movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, late 90s.
If you want to see, aside from those movies where like they're having like the keggers and because the parents are out of town, this one embodies a lot of that time where it's like, oh, we got a big animal to kill, let's call the military. Like it's that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a French guy here and he's
right.
fixing problems from war. Like what?
It kind of feels like a Michael Bay movie almost.
It very much is a proto Michael Bay thing.
Yeah, with the like celebration of the military and like a bunch of weirdo characters.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weirdo characters, people dying here left and right and doing weird stuff. And then the cast is just nuts. It's like,
Matthew Broderick.
Hank Azaria is in this movie.
Hank Azaria is in there. Jean Reno, Kevin Dunn, Michael Lerner, Harry Shearer. So 2 of the Simpsons actors.
Yeah, 2 of the Simpsons are in this movie. It is so it's so 90s. It is delicious. In all honesty, if there was ever a Mystery Science Theater 3000 of a Godzilla that they would do again, I would love it to be this one.
They might have done a riff tracks of it.
There's probably riff tracks because that's a nice way to. I don't have to have the rights to it, kind of deal. But yeah, it is amazingly 90s. If anyone wants to, Firewood Media, he is a YouTuber. He's actually a filmmaker too. He does great retrospectives on Godzilla and everything, and it really opens you up to things that a lot of people hated. The popular thing is to hate this movie, and then he kind of breaks it down a lot better. But it is definitely a great 90s movie. It is a terrible Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it's the 23rd film in the franchise and the first to be completely produced by a Hollywood studio.
Wow.
Which I have to say this. It took them 2 decades, but they finally let. I should probably, what was that? 2016, I think, was the 2014 was the new Godzilla series that they've got. Legendary is doing an amazing job with Godzilla.
Oh, cool. Well, this Godzilla film is dedicated to Tokiyuki Tanaka, the co-creator and producer of various Godzilla films, who died in April 1987. And basically, the plot of this film is, I believe, an iguana is irradiated, and authorities investigate the monster, and the monster migrates to New York City to nest its young. TriStar had originally decided to produce a trilogy of Godzilla films. That was in 92 when they thought, which is hilarious. There were no sequels, though I'm sure they're coming any day. 1998's Godzilla is directed by Roland Emmerich, which made a bunch of awesome 90s movies that I do love, like Universal Soldier, Stargate, Independence Day. All kind of similar in the military love, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it.
There's also a weird thing about that with him, where he kind of wanted to make a movie, and then the movie that he was allowed to make because of all the rules that Toho, the Japanese company, was like, he can't do this, Godzilla can't do this, he can't eat people. So then they forcibly say he eats fish. Like, it's the movie he wanted to make was not this movie. Honestly, he should have just been like, I'm going to make a kaiju movie of my own.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Better movie. Yeah. It was released in May 20 of 1998 to negative reviews, but grossed $379 million worldwide and had the highest opening weekend for any film of that year. And the budget was between $130 and $150 million, plus marketing of $80 million, putting the budget in the $230 million range, but it was the 3rd highest grossing movie of 98. And despite turning a fair profit, it was considered a disappointment because it sucked, and the sequel plans were canceled, and TriStar let their remake/sequel rights expire in May of 2003. So I know I said I like director Roland Emmerich, but he also made Day After Tomorrow and 2012 and Independence Day Resurgence. So,
yeah, it's a hit or miss on that guy.
Originally, the screenplay was written by Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, despite the duo turning it down several times because they, quote, weren't sure they knew what to do with it. And eventually, they took inspiration from Moby Dick and found the Ahab archetype would be more interesting if it were a woman who lost her husband to Godzilla. But that didn't happen either. They wanted to just deliver a story that satisfied. Go ahead.
That is what happens with the Godzilla movie in 2014, I think.
Oh, really?
As Heisenberg's Walter White, whatever. His wife dies from not a Godzilla, but a big monster. So that's part of it. It's like the whole point of the movie, actually.
So there was a draft submitted in November of 93, and at the time the script was praised for being respectful to the origins of Godzilla, in some ways an homage to the U.S.-Japanese relations. And then I'm going to try to condense a bunch of this here, because this is kind of a case of late 90s CGI hell, where everything is special effects, and also we have a director who hates the source material. Like you said, despite praising the script, Emmerich threw it in the trash, stating, "It had some really cool things in it, but it's something I never would have done. The last half was like watching two creatures go at it. I simply don't like that." And Emmerich instead decided to develop new ideas from scratch, saying, "I didn't want to make the original Godzilla. I wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted to make my own." Which is like you said, why the fuck are you making Godzilla then?
Yeah.
And then that's the worst part, is that he wanted to make his own so bad, and then Toho was like, "Here's 700 rules to Godzilla films." They just I would have just left through the.
Veteran Godzilla actors Haruo Nakajima and Kenpachiro Satsuma were unimpressed, stating, "Its face looks like an iguana, and its bodies and limbs look like a frog."
It was pretty bad designed.
And the revenue of the film dropped 59% in its second week of release, and currently holds a steady 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, which seems high. Roger Ebert gave the film 1.5 stars out of 4, stating, "One must carefully repress intelligent thought while watching such a film. The movie makes no sense at all, except as a careless pastiche for its betters." And yes,
all we needed was the enemy scrotum in that movie.
Oh, man. Yes, the Japanese Godzilla movies are, in their way, better, if only because they embrace Drek instead of condescending to it. And director Roland Emmerich won the People's Choice Award at the 11th European Film Awards, which is really weird. That's the fucking box office for Godzilla.
Nice.
So the weirdest thing of all this, that you're bringing it all together, is that there was literally a video game called Rampage that was about giant monsters destroying a city, and one of them was a Godzilla ripoff. Yeah, so Rampage is definitely part of the whole.
Wow, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah. Godzilla.
I love that game.
But yeah,
that arcade game is so fun. Not as much fun on the home console, but.
And The Rock actually made a movie of that
he did.
a few years ago, and it wasn't bad. Yeah,
he did.
I was surprised. That was one of the ones where it failed miserably, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah. I have not seen it. I'll take your word for it. I guess I'll see it.
Yeah, it's a goofy thing, but you'd expect it to have terrible CGI. It didn't. It's about 3 animals getting something that makes them grow big, and he one of them's his friend, which is the gorilla.
The gorilla is the good guy, so to speak.
Yeah, it's a very it's an A to Z popcorn blockbuster, but it did not do well.
Yeah. What are the other 2 creatures? Is it a wolf and a lizard?
An alligator and a wolf? Yeah.
Okay. Well, so they stuck to the source material.
Yeah, they completely stuck to that source material, and the toys from that line are so expensive now because no one bought them, and they all got destroyed. Because I went to go look for them, and I'm like, why is that $300? That's crazy.
Jesus,
so,
wow.
I'm not getting those. Yeah.
Well, Christmas is coming up.
Yeah. Give me a Lizzie from the the Rock Rampage movie. I actually have a couple other things. I don't know if you can do it now or before. It's just weird Rampage stuff. As you said, he's a crab in that aspect, but he's also been like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh, okay.
The G1 Rampage was I think a leg for Predaking, who is a Predacon. So we do have that mix. And if you go to TransformersUniversity.com, tfu.info, you can actually look it up, and it's got like a whole bunch of things, including the movie Rampage, which is the pogo stick weird guy who kind of looks like Beast Wars Rampage if you squint. So it is a whole thing. There's a whole bunch of Rampage figures, but he does start from G1 as a kitty cat, I think.
Yeah.
I think he is the kitty cat, right? Yeah. He's the which is weird because you think that it would have been the something else other than that for Rampage. I mean, it just seems weird. And then also, this is not it's the first canonical crab former, I guess. But there is a long-standing. I mean, he had a blog. It was before people really had their own websites. But Botch the Crab is a cassette. So I'll pop that in here. If you go to botchthecrab.com, it was like his own fan version. But this dude has been in the community forever. People have made stuff of that. But it was like a trick long before. Most of the other ones. Yeah, he's got a box art archive on there, music, a whole bunch of cool stuff. But Botch the Crab has been around for a very long time.
I'll put that on the website.
No kidding.
Yeah, Botch the Crab's crazy. And it's funny because it's purple and it was long before there was a Beast Wars, I think.
Wow. That's cool. So let's do
Script deviations.
This is Rampage's toy bio from TF Wiki. If Rampage's titanic size, armor plating, and psychopathic tendencies weren't horrifying enough, he's also capable of generating tidal waves, inducing earthquakes, and triggering landslides with his terror claws, while his ever-dreaded Galva conductors allow him to unleash deadly electrical discharges. You should see. I'm sure there's a Impreza commercial about that or something about how you can control your electrical discharges. With this immense arsenal available to him, he prefers to use his Gatling gun as a way to finish off his opponents. He has two alt forms, a king crab and a tank killer version of the crab form. Also, he's a serial killer and a cannibal who feeds on pain and fear.
Pennywise much?
So that's what I had about the toy. What else did you have?
We have gotten remarkably few Rampage toys that are of this character. The actual Beast Wars one is pretty spot on. It's one of the few ones that like the toy and the show model are pretty close.
I don't think I've even seen the toy.
The toy's huge as well, as he is. It's very thing, but it is a large figure. It was recolored once to Shock to Ract, which is what BotCon does. But aside from that, we've gotten one other official one, and that is I think it was a BotCon. Oh, Transformers Collectors Club in 2014, of all things, they redid a Prime Megatron into him, and that's it. That is like all we've gotten. Like, so we definitely need a Generations version of him. Yeah. I think he might be the only, because they just announced, and I have the pre-order for it, Quick Strike. So Quick Strike is coming, but we have not gotten a Protoform X.
Does Quick Strike have a lot of toys? I'm just curious.
Quick Strike has 2, I think.
Okay.
The actual Quick Strike figure, they remolded it, of course, first recolored it, and then there was one of the movies, I think Dark of the Moon, had one of the Sideswipe was recolored into that. That's it. That's all I know of.
Okay.
I'm sure they did one for Timelines as well. They did a whole lot of stuff where it was like, oh, this is what they looked like before they were a beast, kind of a deal.
Because I always thought Quick Strike was another pretty cool design. I don't know. I just thought there'd be more toys.
Yeah, it's weird, but we are getting an extremely accurate Quick Strike toy. Nice. So keep an eye on that, because it's like a deluxe, so it's not like it's even too expensive. I'm actually looking up Quick Strike right now.
Well, while you do that, I will say
that's it. That is it. That is literally
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, like this. They didn't even list the the one that I own. I own this figure. They don't even list it on the TF Wiki. That's funny.
Okay. So the rest of Script Deviations. Dinobot is seen interfacing with the Axelon's computer, like we talked about. It's not quite clear what he's doing, but the unproduced episode Dark Glass would have established that he had created a backup of his core consciousness, foreshadowing the events of the next episode we're going to cover. And we have to save talking about Dark Glass until the next episode because it will contain spoilers for Code of Hero. The circumstances of Protoform X's reactivation aren't quite clear. He's already gained a beast mode, suggesting that his stasis pod, we talked about this a little bit, suggesting his stasis pod carried a DNA scanner, but he's also offline. Previous episodes made it clear the Protoform had to be active and functioning in order to properly assume a beast mode. Oh my God.
Good Lord. What just happened?
Much like Optimus Primal, he's also mutated further into a transmetal when all other Earth-born Transformers were immune to the transmetalization process. And then Optimus noted in Possession that Starscream's records were sealed. The Council probably didn't want anyone else to try to make the same mistake they did trying to create Starscream's immortal spark. A little bit of trivia from this. Cheetor's transmetal body can soak up energon. Here we go. And instead of seizing up, he can shunt it away from his body in a burst of gas. Primal thinks it's rude, and Cheetor apologizes. So in other words, Transformers can fart. It's remnant of an early idea. This is kind of, I don't know why they put it in here, but the original idea for transmetal characters was they were going to power their weapons by absorbing and discharging energon radiation. But instead, we have a fart joke.
Yeah, fart joke.
Yeah. During a flashback scene, there are two Transformers restraining Protoform X, one with Optimus Primal's head and the other with rat traps. However, the real Optimus Primal is revealed to be watching from a distance, which means you're probably not supposed to notice they recycled character model in the animation. Oh, here we go. The Saber-Tooth Cat's VFX roar would later be reused by Cheetor in the Beast Machines episode Prometheus Unbound. So jeez, Beast Machines.
That's a cut right there. Jeez.
Yeah, stay tuned. The original script includes an extra line from Rampage in the last scene in which he threatens to eat Megatron's living brain on a plate with fava beans.
Oh, I like that, but I can see why they had to cut that.
That's the cannibal for you.
I think they should have left it in.
And a glass of Chianti.
And then my last note was just there was no rat trap in this episode, so that's -1 star for me.
Well, I mean, his brains are out there.
Yeah. He's ripe for cannibalization, like Ray Liotta.
Zombie. Yeah. So the other thing that I'll add too is I kind of looked up a whole bunch of weird Rampage stuff, and we kind of went over it organically, which is super weird. I didn't have to throw it in there. The only thing that didn't is that one of my favorite cars is the Dodge Rampage.
Okay.
I don't know if yours. It's like their version of the El Camino, and it is super weird. And back when I was doing customs for alternators, because what I used to do with alternators is I cut the shell off and I put a 124th or 25th car over it. I did quite a few of them. But one I wanted to get was the Rampage and make an actual Beast Wars Rampage from that, but it never came to fruition.
And what year is the Dodge Rampage from?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's something that like 70s, 80s, even into the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. So there were three of them. There was the El Camino, the Dodge Rampage, and there was another
Ranchero.
One. Yeah, there you go.
My dad had, all like my grandpa had the Ranchero.
Nice. Rich.
They were all like, yeah, no, it was literally just like a car, but it had a truck bed.
Yes.
It's just like,
they're great.
What a weird concept.
Yeah, it was a triple changing vehicle.
Yeah. How would you guys rate the scheme?
Was there, A+ because Megatron got what he wanted.
He certainly did.
Megatron schemes have been on point.
And all he had to do was freaking sit in this thing and be like, hey,
until the end.
Make me a knife. Bro.
He's put in so little effort for so much payout.
He's not putting in little effort. He's putting in a lot of effort. Oh, you mean in this episode in particular?
Yeah.
Megatron.
No, he's playing chess while everyone else
is.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like
he's just sitting back there and he's like,
I'll wait until this is all over. And
yeah,
then I'll
watch
cut
my
a thing
little
out of
pawns
him."
dance.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That's what I had. I felt like Megatron's scheme was perfect. Like he had he now has an unstoppable killing machine, if he can control him. And the story note of using an energon knife to carve off a piece of Rampage's spark to control him was, I mean, something we'd never seen before. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was amazing.
I like it.
What about?
We can. I am the ghost of the iconic moment.
You know.
The black and white.
Okay.
I'm going to say the cat.
Fucking stupid cat.
The season 1 sprite that they threw in there. And it's not just that it looks bad; it is animated badly.
Yeah, it is.
It is animated like someone got one of those robotics dogs now and just like kicked it. Yeah, and it doesn't know what it's doing. It's like jumping around.
I just had, in addition to how much I love Rampage's design, the idea that the Maximals tried to synthesize Starscream's immortal spark and created a Frankenstein monster with rage issues. I just loved it, and it kind of ties into what I've been saying of like the Maximals are not necessarily the pure good faction we might have expected at the beginning of the show.
It feels very animated.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do the same thing in animated with Omega Supreme.
Yeah, I mean the Maximal government for sure has problems.
They're not the goodest guys you've ever seen.
We made an unkillable psychopath. Just dump it somewhere. Who gives a fuck?
Throw it over there on that Earth planet. No one's gonna go there.
Next time on the Autopod Decepticast. Yes. It's about to get sad, like real sad. Enough said. IYKYK. So, Alphamagnus, thank you so much for being on the show. Tell us all of your plugs and where people can find you.
I am currently at Alphamagnus, ALPHAMAGNUS, at most things. I do not have a Twitter anymore because I am not weird. And
not in that way.
And if you want to purchase any items from me, I make a lot of stuff. I also take requests, but not for third-party things. Sorry, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they just sell way less of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm currently making like stands for the Gigawatt figure, so that you can have him in hover mode, either on your wall or on the ground. It's $10. It's not like I'm breaking the bank here, but I do make a lot of 3D printed weird stuff. So check me out on there. TOEBEE toys.com. It is my website.
Fantastic. Should you wish to support us, the simplest way is to give us a review. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, like, sub on YouTube, even though we don't do anything on YouTube anymore because we're on Patreon. There are several levels of support. Booty Box starts at the $5 level, patreon.com/APODcast. Merch is at the autopoddecepticast.com/store. You can buy us a drink if you'd be so inclined for just give us $5 hairs on PayPal at APODcast. Tell me what you would like the cocktail on the episode to be featured, and we will make that on a future episode because I cannot make it on a past one.
Thirsty, money, buy us a drink, buy us a drink.
There it is. Thank you. Caleb, what's another way that they can support us in a quid pro quo situation?
Quid pro quo, Joe for dough.
Yep.
Yeah, we like to cover G.I. Joe once in a while. Give us, we'd like to have $75 for that, and we'll...
We'd like to have it.
Yeah, and we'll cover...
That is what we will have.
That's what we will. And then we'll we'll cover a G.I. Joe episode of your choice.
Mm-hmm. We have several coming up. We have one from Chandler coming up that'll be right before our holiday break.
Yes.
Twitter, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, all of them at APODcast. And if you become a patron at any level, you will have access to the notorious APDC Discord, which is where we're the most active always.
Yep.
A lot of fun stuff going on there.
Discord's so good.
Discord's so good.
Join us. Become part of the crew.
Supplemental materials, video, links to references, and other varieties of fun can be found on this episode's page at autopoddecepticast.com. And I'd like to say a personal plug. I just recently finished a cover for Transformers Reanimated, which is the comic book by our friends Greg and Yoshi, which fills in the gap between Season 2 and the 1986 Transformers the movie. What all happened on it? What happened?
Could we put those covers into our next booth?
Yeah, they said I can. I can sell them. I can sell it. I thought that too, and in our booty box maybe. Yeah. You'll have to wait about a year to see the cover I did though, because it's next October's, I believe. They are
way out on those.
Yeah, there's probably some more I'm going to do in between. But the guys are they're good enough to usually let me do the spooky October covers sometimes. The one I did was Nightmare on Elm Street homage called Netmare. And I'll put that up on our website too. You should check them out. The project's really fun. I believe it pretty much every cover is referential to something.
They're very good covers.
TransformersReanimated.com. So, man, I think that's all the news that's fit to spit. So, until next time.
Yes.
Pistols at dawn. Perfect.
Cells is the sponsor of Autopod Decepticast. Yes.